Hi, you're listening to Abbacadabra Radio. This podcast is for my conscious creator friends, my manifesting besties. This is part stream of consciousness, part talking with people who love to talk about conscious creation, manifestation, spiritual things, anything in between. And it is my hope that through this podcast, I expand my own awareness and understanding of myself, and you guys do too. I am happy to have you guys here along for the ride. Hello, my conscious creator friends. Here we are back with yet another episode of Abbacadabra Radio. I'm Abby, your host, and I am so excited you're here. This week, we are revisiting the topic of money. It is something I know I've recorded episodes on before in the past, but it bears repeating. I have been talking a lot about the shifts that I've been going through, and sometimes you just need to revisit and go back to where you started. And I haven't shared a lot about different alignment methods lately. I've just kind of shared the broad part of reality creation. So today we're getting specific. Today we're talking about money. So I hope you guys are ready. Before we get started, of course, you guys know that on the website we have the Blueprint 30-Day Manifestation Method, the Opening Up to Money Masterclass, the Money Hypnosis, the Love Hypnosis, the Identity Shifting Hypnosis. You can sign up for Reality Creation Consulting. I have a timeline shifting guided audio. There's a lot of stuff there. Definitely go check it out if you're interested in any of those things at abbacadabra.com. And without further ado, let's get into the episode. Money, like anything, is something that you have a relationship with, and the more positive your alignment with anything, the more positive you're going to see that thing in your reality. And money is quite an enigma because everybody has really, really, really strong beliefs and emotions and life tied to the energy of money, just because of how it's presented in society and how we use it in society. As you, like I was saying, as you deepen and expand your relationship with money, when you figure out what your relationship with money is, once you know how you see and view and interact with money, that's the first part of more deeply aligning with money, is figuring out what do I really think, feel, and act about money. And that's going to tell you a lot of different things. You might be operating from lack-based programming from your parents. You might be reacting from a scarce mentality because money hasn't been able to show up in a certain way in your reality. Money hasn't been able to be abundant in your reality, or you haven't experienced that influx of cash that you've been looking for. And that gets really frustrating. And because money is so tied to our survival, it can really put us in a very constricted, restricted, scared, fearful place. And then aligning with it and seeing more of it come in is really, really hard. I get it. It's tough. My advice, aside from the Opening Up to Money Masterclass, aside from the other things that I offer about money, is when it comes to consciously trying to manifest money, don't go too hard too fast, because it's going to get really, really frustrating. And you can try to manifest $1 billion lottery, and that's a hard thing to do. The odds of that, just in general, you guys have potentially seen my journey on I'm going to call in a lottery. And then I think a few months later, I recorded an episode that said the lottery I don't want to win. I wouldn't be able to contain that amount of money if I were to win it right now. And that's something important to know. There might be a value of money that you can't conceive, that you cannot see yourself living with, that you cannot see yourself holding on to. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with owning, I wouldn't be able to really navigate that right now. That's okay, because you have potential. You only know money the way that you know money. And that's not a good or bad thing. That's a neutral thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But the idea is, if you can expand that relationship that you currently have, if you can deepen the relationship that you currently have, if you can amplify what you currently have, that's when you're going to start to see money shifting. So that's why getting to the root of what you believe about money and how you feel about money is one of the most crucial aspects of trying to call more in. That's one of the most crucial aspects of manifesting or trying to consciously align with anything, is figuring out, how do I view it now? How do I interact with it now? How does it show up for me now? So like I said, you don't want to try to go for like a massive amount if that's just not your experience, because it's going to be really, really frustrating. I had shared a video about calling in money, and one of my favorite methods is, as you're falling asleep, you fall asleep feeling like it's the next day and you've received X amount of money. It could be any amount of money you want. The first time I did it, I set out to manifest $17, and by 10:30 the next morning I had over 100 in my hand, fully unexpectedly, and it was awesome. And all I did was fall asleep, just literally feeling how it would feel if a random $17 was in my wallet or was in my bank account or whatever. And that's a fun thing that you can do. And I picked the number 17 because it was super arbitrary and didn't mean anything to me. I didn't need $17, but it still would have been great to have it. And I just felt that energy of receiving. That's the thing. Like, I was talking the last episode about being in the receptive mode, of being able to receive. And this again goes with, can I contain that amount of money that I want? Will I be able to receive that amount of money that I want? Or do I need to make some shifts in order to more deeply move through whatever that like shift needs to be for me? Like, if I'm used to making this amount of money every year, how would it feel to make this amount of money every year? How would it feel to make this amount of money every month instead of this amount every month? Like, you get to play into how certain things feel, and if they don't feel right to you, if they feel constricted, if it feels like you're forcing something, that's probably maybe too big of a step for you to comfortably move to. You want to make sure you can comfortably move to the next baseline for your salary, for your income, for the amount of money that you're calling in, okay? It's important to remember that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So when you shift how you're looking at money, money's going to change how it's showing up. There's another method that I really like to do. We actually do this in the money hypnosis. So what you do in this method is you go and you visualize, you get into a meditative state, you visualize. The hypnosis is deeper than this, and there's more to it, and it's longer than what I'm explaining, but here's how you can do it if you want to just go do it on your own without being guided. That's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. So you go into a meditative state, and then you visualize the energy of money however you see it, and then you practice feeling supported by this. You give thanks for being supported by this. You commune with money. You ask money, what do you need from me? What do you want from me? Do you want to see the world? Do you want to go out to dinner? Do you want to go buy me groceries? Like, what is it? And you have this interaction with money where you're thanking it for being supportive. It's thanking you for however it's experienced you. And that deepens the relationship, and that amplifies the relationship. And I do that from time to time. Every time I do that, I do have like some sort of paradigm shift, some sort of mental shift, and then a physical shift with money, which is the whole idea. Like I said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So when you stop putting money on a pedestal, it stops being hard to get. When you stop chasing money, it stops running away from you. When you stop hoarding money and holding onto it like it's gonna leave, it can easily flow. It's like water. It wants to continue to move. It wants to continue to flow. At least how it shows up in my reality. It wants to continue to flow and move and grow and expand, just like we do. And it's here to help us grow, move, and expand. So there is a great co-collaborative energy that you could potentially lean into with money if you wanted to. Or at least, again, that's how I'm seeing it. That's how I'm perceiving it. That's how it shows up in my reality. And I shifted that a lot, and I'm still working on shifting it. There's still more money that I feel like I want to align with. Something I want you guys to play around with is how worthy do you want to feel? Maybe worth is the wrong word, like some kind of combination between worth and wealth. Like how is whatever amount of money you're calling in, how is that going to make you feel? Because we want what we want because we think we're going to feel a certain way when we have it, and we want to feel that way because we don't feel that way now. So maybe you are looking for certain amounts of money or to call in more money because you want to feel the energy of safety or the energy of abundance, or you want to feel like you can just throw dollars and support people. And that's a great thing. Whatever it is awesome, and it's going to be specific to you. When you can pinpoint that thing, now you can start diving into it and feeling into it more and more, because money is not the only thing that can make you feel like you are supporting people. Money is not the only thing that's going to make you feel worthy. Money is just going to represent how that shows up in your reality and how you perceive money and your worth and all those things in your reality. So when you can practice feeling into whatever feeling state money is going to give you without the money having to show up first, you're going to, you're not going to care as much about the money because you're looking for a feeling state. The physical is just a permission slip to feel a certain way. The things showing up are just a permission slip to feel however it is that we're feeling, okay? When you dive into that feeling state more and more and more, you're going to find things that align with that feeling state, which might be money. It might be the thing that money can buy you without money having to be part of the equation. You could have someone gift you things. You can have things inherited. Things can come from other people. Like, money's not the end all be all. Like I said, when you take it off the pedestal, it stops becoming this hard outside of ourself thing to get. When you see it as a co-collaborative, like, energy, that again, you're expanding through it. It's expanding through you. That's a great, wonderful, beautiful thing. Lean into that. See how that works for you. Okay. This wasn't a wicked long episode, but I did get to touch upon money, which I really, really, really wanted to do. That is what I have for you guys. You guys can email questions for the next episode. You can comment questions for the next episode or other topics that you want me to cover here. And the email is here in case you need it. That is everything, my loves. Okay, I feel good about this. We feel good about this. Solid. All right, until next time, this is Abby signing off.